Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal Editor podcast. Why have 4 trophies when you just make sure you win 2? I think that's better. 2's better than 4, right? That's what they say.
Didn't want 4 anyway.
I didn't want 4. No one wants 4. I just want
Greedy.
I just want 2 trophies and
Yeah.
a Spurs relegation. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah.
I'm going to do the kind thing, Rory. I'm going to tell you that you do have a little leaf in your team.
Do I?
And before we go through the whole recording, this is really, really, really great stuff. So whilst you're getting that off, I'm going to tell you about my day, Rory. I had a barbecue.
Yep.
I'm feeling good.
Yep.
The sun is out. I'm in a t-shirt. I walked most of the way to the studio, which is not something I do regularly.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
I'm all right. Despite wearing black, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not quite mourning the result on Saturday. Although I am pretty angry still.
Where are you with it?
I'm not going to lie. I'm 50-50. In my head goes either way because you want to move on as quickly as you can. You want to focus on the Champions League. You want to focus on Bournemouth on Saturday. We're recording this at the time on Monday evening or afternoon. But and you know, the videos coming out of training, everyone's been smiley. You know, there's a lot of different people posting online saying, you know, let's get behind the boys. You know, we've got so much to focus on. Blah 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 blah. But there's also an element of me which just thinks Arteta has slightly been naive and shown a little bit of lack of experience at this stage, where I think what's annoyed me more than anything is his decision to play Kepa, to be honest. And after going through what we did with the League Cup, and just I feel like playing Kepa at the back just doesn't give you a base of solid confidence thinking as a defensive unit that flows through the rest of the team. So when you've got that in windy conditions away from home in the Championship against Southampton, you need your most solid player, arguably our best player this season, and to not play him again does not make any sense. I don't know what nudes Kepa has of Arteta to keep him to hold him ransom for that. But it's bizarre. I can't understand it. And the more I think about it, the more it annoys me. But it's not only that. It's also things. It's also players like Jesus, Martinelli, Havertz to a certain degree. Norgard wasn't great. All these players, Lewis Skelly as well. All these players who had such a platform to really put them they haven't been great the whole season, and that game was a real platform for them to make their mark and to show up where they've been pretty crap the whole season. And Jesus was anonymous, and it annoys me that he's our top earner at the club. Like, it's all these little things that are coming to the fore. So I'm in kind of two minds. It's just annoying because it obviously now ramps up the pressure on the Champions League and the Premier League, which we just didn't need at all. And it was a game we should have easily won. It should have been a confidence boost after the Carabao Cup, and now it's just ramped up even more pressure on the team. And the fans are more angsty than ever. And I feel like the reaction to the loss has gone beyond just a normal bad loss. I think this has been simmering for a while, even though we are top of the league. 9 points clear, you know, we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. There's been a lot of papering over cracks, and I think that is starting to show, particularly from the fan base, as I think pressure is definitely getting to a few of us. But I mean, the good thing is that we have Lisbon on Tuesday or tomorrow. So it's a quick turnaround. But
time recording, it is tomorrow. And it is
but
exciting.
I know I don't know about you, but I'm more teetering on annoyed, to be honest.
Well, I enjoyed the rant. It was look. I think it's after a loss like this, everyone sort of goes their own way, and whatever kind of things that have been bubbling away tend to come out. If you want to go to the Kepa or the choice of fullbacks, or if you wanted to go Erdegaard coming back, or the injuries, prioritisation, like, you know, all of this sort of stuff. And everyone has their right to do that. You know, and that's why people are ranting on social media or doing that sort of stuff. For me, mate, I mean, I've done the really healthy thing, and I've not been on social media at all since, apart from a little bit of Twitter today, just to check on injury news. And I feel fine. I feel absolutely fine. I feel it was an embarrassing result, but I think it's not the end of the world at all. And the reason why I feel like that is because when I saw that team sheet and who was even not on the bench, the Rice, Saka, Timber, all this sort of thing. Right, I'm looking at it and I think, right, the club's not prioritising this. If you 100,000 times, if you gave me the same situation, I'd have done exactly the same thing. Maybe the Kepa and Rice situation, perhaps, fine. I'm actually open to that argument, and we can talk about that goalkeeper situation specifically in a bit. But basically, I would rather roll the dice with a rotated squad and absolutely focus everything on tomorrow and, to be honest, mainly Saturday against Bournemouth. Get that right. If we'd have started a full team yesterday and, someone had tweaked their ankle, and we are starting to run thin with injuries from a creative point of view, fine. And do you know what? Embarrassing loss against a good Southampton team in difficult conditions, Saturday night, away. It's a big day for them. I think, ultimately, it wasn't a priority for us. And the way we played, not only the team that we played, showed that. I don't think anyone looked like they wanted to be there, which I think is a problem in itself.
That's what annoys me.
That annoys me. But
the rotation thing is we didn't have a choice because Gyökeres had just played 2 games for Sweden. Calafiori just played 2 games for Sweden, competitive games.
Yeah.
Noni's coming back from injury. Saliba apparently has had a bit of a knock. Zubimendi's had a bit of a knock. All these players, we couldn't have played a much different team.
Yeah.
So that was the other issue. So it's.
I don't know. I think we deprioritised it, mate. I really do.
That in itself is.
And I don't mind that.
I mean,
at all.
We haven't won a trophy in 6 years.
I know, but I get it.
Why are we suddenly? This is why it's naive thinking that we're just gonna comfortably potentially win the league, and do well in the Champions League.
But I think that's almost the opposite, because I think if we'd played a full strength team, that would have been relatively naive.
But I don't think. I think that was.
Games,
As I said, I don't think we could have played a much stronger team without being reckless. Do you know what I mean?
But I think that's the point, right? Recklessness. We've done this so many times where. Remember that Sporting game where you could say we haven't done Sporting where we injured and Saliba and Tomiyasu got injured, right, all those years ago.
Yeah.
We were the running, right. You could say exactly the same thing. It's a Europa League. It's a trophy. What are you doing? But after that, we were furious that we didn't rotate more. Why was Saliba playing? Why was valid questions? And we ended up going out, and I think we only end up having these questions when we go out of a trophy. And I don't know about you, but all of my anxiety and all of my pressure from mates, from school, just the world of pressure is on the Premier League. Because I don't think, and we can go into a bit more, I don't think we're going to win the Champions League. I think I don't have enough confidence in big fixtures against big teams. At the moment, I just haven't really seen us deliver against Liverpool, City, whatever this season, right? Okay, and that's fine. If we win the Premier League by beating all the medium to low teams, then we win the Premier League. I don't care, and we can do that with the running we have. But with where the FA Cup would have placed, put it this way: when we went 2-1 down, I was like, I'd rather go out than have extra time and win. Because I did not want that extra 30 minutes. We did not need... And hey, look, I'm really embarrassed about the result. I'm upset that we aren't in another semi-final, but we would have been placing City again. And I am upset, but I'm so conscious that the rest... the whole narrative of Arsenal, the pressure that I feel, the way Arteta's going to be judged, the way the club are going to be looked at, the way our summer's going to feel... is based on the Premier League. And I would have, come on, we all would have loved a bloody treble but also, let's just, I think we've got to win. Put it this way, if we won the FA Cup and bottled the league, because we were a bit tired or whatever, Arteta, we'd still be framed that. And I know what you're going to say, we still want all of them, and I do want all of them, but in terms of prioritisation, I think this focuses us far more. And I think the players, shamefully, played like it wasn't their priority.
Well, that's the issue,
and it is an issue. But
because you've got players on the fringe who've been crap all season. Why aren't you winning every second ball? Southampton won every single second ball.
Yeah,
you're fighting for a place in the team in the run-in for one of the most exciting 2 months of your career.
Yeah,
and you've got the World Cup to go to. Potentially go to. Why? How much more motivation do you need?
Oh, I think that's a separate issue. I'm not saying, definitely, I'm absolutely not saying I didn't want to win. I'm gutted that we didn't, but I'm trying to think of it like this way, and I'm looking at those players and.
But
What are you doing?
But
If you're trying to get in the team and those are your performances.
But I think there's a difference between like the Europa Cup or the Europa League 2 years ago, whatever it was, 3 years ago, when we played Tomiyasu and Saliba. I felt like that was an unnecessary trophy because we were going for top 4, and that was more important
for the league that year.
Well, yeah, even better. Like that was more important for our development as a club.
Yeah.
As opposed to just winning a league, winning a trophy that didn't. It doesn't mean as much the FA Cup.
Yeah.
But we've got the squad to win the FA Cup and still be able to deal with the injuries or fatigue to go for the Premier League and Champions League. Unless it's someone like Declan Rice who gets injured, unless it's someone like Gabriel potentially gets injured, whatever. There's a different story. But we've dealt with so many injuries already this year. There's no reason why we couldn't win all 3.
Yeah.
If not even 4.
Yeah, and look, I definitely feel that. But in terms of, I think where we are now as a club, the Premier League is our development point. Like,
sure, but
and I think that, and by the way, like I'm sitting here, like obviously I'm gutted we lost, but delighted we don't have an extra fixture or 2, and I don't know. I mean, when the rearrangements would have been really difficult. We would have had to get off. I think it was would have been off the back of City. Would have had to go then and play Newcastle 2 days later.
Yeah, or 3 days later. I think it was, whatever.
And it's
it was.
like squeezing in these difficult fixtures and something. I just think this club needs the Premier League, and whatever happens off the back of that is tertiary. That's the way I look at it, and that is like just the way I feel about this.
If we win the
now.
Premier League, then nothing else matters.
Yeah, exactly.
But there has to be a viewpoint that you've just come off a horrific performance in the League Cup final.
Yeah, that was awful.
And you followed up with this, and then suddenly you're going into potentially the biggest game in Bournemouth in the last potentially 15 years for Arsenal. 20 years.
Yep. I look, if we
that game is that game is just
which is
enormous now.
Both Sporting and Bournemouth are both enormous games.
Yeah.
And I completely get that if you're looking at a week with 3 fixtures, well, 4, you can even look as far ahead to the City game. That's a big block of 4 games. I can understand why you'd have rotated for Southampton and rolled the dice, and we lost.
But there's rolling the dice, that's fine. But there's rolling the dice to the keeper, which is unnecessary.
Yeah,
that's my growth. I don't care. Like
I get that.
I completely understand. Like I agreed playing every single other player out on the outfield side of things. I don't get after playing Kepa and seeing how badly he played and seeing how we just couldn't play. We couldn't pass through the first line of their block, the City block, because David Raya is a massive part of how we play as a football club.
Yeah.
From playing out to the back, and he, as I say, just mentally he gives the team so much strength and confidence, knowing that you've got someone who can win you games by himself. He's proven that game after game after game with some of the most outrageous saves you've seen ever in the space of this season. So it's just annoying. It's annoying. It feels arrogant to roll the dice again when we just don't. We didn't need to. We didn't need to play him. That's what annoys me.
I think
that's what I don't like the rotation. As I say, the rotation on the outfield side of things. I get, like, players coming back from international duty, some of which are some of whom have been playing manic playoff World Cup games. Like, give them a rest, absolutely. But that team should have been that team should have been good enough.
It should have been
to win 3-0. And also the other things like trying to experiment with short corners when you're playing against a team who notoriously are crap against they concede a lot of goals from set pieces and corners.
Yeah.
Why are we suddenly playing short corners or short free kicks the whole time? And I get it that we don't have Saka or Rice on the pitch, but at the same time, I mean, the players on there should have been good enough to swing across it.
It might be something to do with the wind. Who knows? But I mean,
maybe.
I don't know. Genuinely, I don't know. But
maybe.
I basically, I think there's 2 things here. I actually agree with you. The Kepa thing. I don't think it was just a mistake against Man City. I think he was atrocious the whole game.
Yeah.
And if this is a meritocracy, the Raya should be starting. And obviously we know 100%. He's the number 1. But I'm thinking, I actually really agree with you on that. The other thing is, I'm saying here, I'm happy that we rolled the dice. I'm saying here that, look, I'd have done the same thing 100,000 times other than the keeper. It's like, get them out of there and I'd like to get through, but I want to get through with those players. I'm not risking my best
Mm-hmm.
players, right? And fundamentally, the best players that we have are going to make this a much better team. So, but what I can't get over is just like, it was a pathetic performance. Basically.
It's awful.
It's there's some really good shining lights throughout there. Obviously, we'll talk about Max Dowman. I actually thought Odegaard was all right.
Yeah, he was fine.
He was
all
pretty
right.
good. It was good to see him back. But I just think with Miles at left back, I think he was weak. I think he lost everything in the air. I think Ben White just had one of those games, and then that's your stabilisers with the fullbacks, and then suddenly, and then you got Kepa at the back. I don't know where, there was just no confidence.
Well, even like Mascara was uncharacteristically bad.
Yeah,
he was
like
even Gabriel had one or two bad moments. Norgard wasn't great. I thought one of his bad games, but I was looking at the touch map actually, like because Dowman, everything went through Dowman. This is another thing. Like we're suddenly, everything seems to be relying on Max Dowman suddenly for a spark.
I mean, I actually wrote this down. Actually, he just gets you off your feet, isn't he?
He's 100%. 100%.
And I actually suddenly realised we're sitting here top of the Premier League, and I think he's the only player in the squad that can get me off my feet. Eze, obviously. But at the moment, form-wise, Saka you'd expect to normally, but form-wise, he's the only one.
Yeah. Before we go into this, there's a lot of people will be saying, how can you be upset or angry? You're 9 points clear. Yeah. You're in the quarterfinal. Your team's doing amazing well. You've lost 4 games all season, but I think it's just like if we don't get over the line with any of them, it doesn't matter. Like none of this matters.
I agree.
But we are, we've sat here and seen the team dissolve pretty rapidly since January. Would you say?
Yeah, I think we were the best. After that sort of Bayern and Spurs week, I think we were justifiably.
And we kind of had a bit of upturn in form against Spurs and against the Chelsea two League Cup results, and things looked okay again. But it just our attacking output is not good at the moment.
I think there is,
and this is where it comes to the reliance on Dowman. You look at the touches. Dowman, so Martinelli and Dowman both stayed on the field the whole game.
Yeah.
Dowman had 68 touches, Martinelli had 47.
Yeah.
And that kind of shows you the confidence that we. I mean, I know that Odegaard plays on the right side, and most of the attack flows through him, which we've seen in previous seasons. But I think it also is a pretty damning statement in terms of the team's confidence in Martinelli at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
And the same with Jesus. Jesus had like under 30 touches as a striker against Southampton, and you're playing 4 creative players behind you, and Dowman, Martinelli, Havertz, and Odegaard.
Yeah.
And you're the sole striker, and you're getting 29 touches in 60 minutes,
and just coming back and taking up everyone's space.
I
think he's been a great guy for Arsenal. I think he's a good character, and he's done a little podcast this week. It's just very invigorating and defending the club, and clearly a nice guy. But his body is just giving up on him, and he's just becoming unusable. Even as a sub or anything, I'm not entirely sure what I want from him.
Well, his voice to tell people what it feels like to win a league, and to be in a league race until the end, because that's his most important asset at the moment.
Yeah,
for us, like it's not his legs, it's his mouth.
Yeah, because those lips, Jesus.
Exactly.
And obviously he had his birthday on Easter Friday, which I thought was hilarious.
Is he actually?
Jesus, it's just
nice.
Brilliant. I know it's where we are at the moment. I think these things have been bubbling away. What I would say is, I know it's been. I think we were kind of petering out, and we needed that international break.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the final was always just going to be the final. I think that was a really disappointing performance, and that capped the end, I think, of what was a little bit of a difficult period that we were still picking up loads of points. So I can't really complain. So I thought, right, reset, great. I went on my honeymoon. The lads had a break. Everyone was injured, but they weren't injured. They came back. And I think those people that weren't in the squad yesterday clearly were just being rested. Like, clearly. Most of them anyway. Tomorrow and Saturday are the markers of where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm feeling really confident going into them, I have to say. Tomorrow less so, because it's away in a Champions League, right? But I think I think we'll probably grind something out. I think it'll be 1-0 to us or something.
I think.
I'm
Yeah.
quite. I'm feeling really good. There's potentially Eze's coming back. Odegaard is officially now back on the pitch. Dowman is becoming more usable. Saka has been rested, and ultimately
He didn't train today.
He didn't train today.
No.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine. I'm trying to put some optimism here, but look, ultimately, I just think we've got a lot coming back, and a really good opportunity to put a marker down. And I don't see why we can't do it. I think there's context to some of these games, right? I think David Raya coming back. Like, I think it genuinely changes so much. Like, the team, what was this, like 7 changes from the final yesterday? And that was, that's without David Raya coming in. So I'm feeling optimistic.
I think there has been also a case of the squad being almost too big. We kind of spoken about it before, where you don't, like, you look at teams in the past, really iconic Premier League teams, where they basically pick themselves because you know exactly who, like the Leicester team, you know exactly, you can name all those players. The Liverpool
the same subs happen every game.
Exactly. The Liverpool team last year, City teams of old, they've all picked them. Chelsea, even Mourinho teams, you kind of know exactly who the players were in that starting 11.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, I don't think if you were to look at every single lineup we played in the Premier League, I don't think we played the same lineup more than twice. Maybe even not even that. And with that, there's so much tinkering. I just feel like players can't, even now, they just don't, the connections don't have a chance to.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, but we how many times have we sat here and banged the drum about rotation?
We have, for sure.
And yeah, I agree. I think that is something.
We've just gone. I think we've just gone over the other side now.
Yeah.
And then there needs to be some continuity, basically.
Yeah. What would you say is our best team?
Raya, Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, Calafiori,
Zubimendi,
Rice, Odegaard, Saka,
Gyökeres,
Havertz, Trossard.
That left-hand side is still...
Yeah, all over the place.
So Eze's not in your team? I'd still put him on the left.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, genuinely, I just don't know why we don't do it.
Yeah, I probably would, actually.
I don't know he's injured.
You probably would.
Because Trossard's way off it.
Yeah, he probably would. I mean, we've seen it, once? We've seen it for like a handful, get twice or maybe 3 times on the left.
Yeah. Yeah. But look, it's exciting, right?
It is.
We are in a very winnable...
We're in a good place.
We're in a really good place, I think.
Overall.
I like to think that this will be a bit of a blessing in disguise. Down the line, I think we'll hopefully, just go, oh my God, imagine if we had an extra game here. Or imagine if, I don't know. I personally think that anyway.
Well, it'd be interesting to see now, because City are out of the Champions League, but now they've got the FA Cup.
Yeah.
It's not the same, is it, in terms of, I think they're playing Southampton, actually, in the semi-final. So I don't know if they're playing home or away, but...
Yeah, they are. It would have been at Wembley, Man City again. So we've been Man City again.
Yeah.
And I'm quite glad it's not that. Who have Chelsea got? No.
They've got West
Ham. Leeds? Who went through there?
Leeds.
Oh yeah, it was that hilarious penalty shootout, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's talk about Max Dowman.
Yeah.
Like, as through the lens of, wow. I mean, he's 16, and I was just, before we got on the studio, I was just watching his highlights again, like 3-minute compilation of like what he's doing, and he is somehow, in the space of a few games that he's played, maturing already, and becoming a leader on this pitch, and being the one that everyone's desperate to pass to. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just he's kind of making a shout to be, we said at the beginning of or the end of pre-season as a joke, but kind of like meant it, that he was our best player, and he's kind of showing it again. Yeah. Someone's gutting that he's injured. I know. Throughout the middle of the season. He's
revved up the people calling for him to join the World Cup with the England squad. I saw John Terry actually today saying that he wanted him in the England squad.
Really?
Yeah.
Hasn't he got his GCSEs?
Well, that's the thing. I think he's actually doing his GCSEs. It would be. There are certain dates towards the end of this season that are GCSE days. Surely that can be special stuff. Yeah, I mean, you'd think so. Yeah, you'd think so. Yeah, fake illness, and then
Yes.
suddenly appear on TV a couple hours later on the running around, sprinting around.
Wear a mask.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah,
He is incredible. You just kind of forget that he's 16,
Yeah.
which is just mad.
I don't know what else to say. I think somebody I saw put it as like it's actually quite embarrassing for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're on the bench and you're looking at these guys, or you're Martinelli, if you're a Trossard, you're thinking, God, like this is the only one in our team. Like, we need to be stepping up here, guys, because this guy's trying to show us what. Gabriel Jesus, 250 grand a week, whatever. You're looking at Max Dowman, who has he even got a pro contract yet? I don't know what the.
No, I think he's got a scholarship, but not pro contract now.
So ridiculous. And look, I mean, so let's talk.
It's just annoying. I mean, yeah, it's annoying. The interesting thing is to see how we use him for the rest of the season. Do you start him against Lisbon?
Well, he's very usable. It depends how Saka is, because
If Saka's out, I think he starts. I don't really want to. I'd rather start him over Madueke at this moment in time.
yeah, I mean, I have sort of a question in my head about duty of care, being a 16-year-old, like the Jack Wilshere problem, and I don't
think you got to follow the Yamal philosophy. It's if he's good enough, play him.
I actually completely agree with that. Yeah. I mean, if we're assuming Saka's not fit, right? I guess, like, is that what you're saying?
Well, it's the day before the game, and he's not training, apparently, according to reports. So
okay,
it's not looking great. I don't really know what's wrong with him, to be honest.
well, he had a swollen. Given the way he's been moving recently, because I think after that Spurs game, like even during that Spurs game, I thought Saka was sensational. Like, he was unstoppable. I think he hasn't had his shooting boots on for a while, but his body was moving in a very similar electric way. It's what we're kind of used to thinking what Saka is like.
Yep.
But since then, he's looked very heavy-legged. He looked very immobile, slow, compared to his normal self. And I don't know if he's just it reported like what he said. The reason why he pulled out was that he had a swollen ankle or whatever. I can't remember, a swollen knee. And maybe that is true. Maybe he just needed some time.
Yeah.
To
Well,
just,
he did. Yeah, you forget he did report to England training. Was it last week?
Yeah.
Ready to go. Same with Rice. But then Tuchel said that both of them had complained about a certain issue, like niggle.
Yeah.
And it was decided that we better send him back to the UK.
Right.
Well, send him back to Arsenal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, maybe it is just resting, same as Rice. But I find it weird that he's not in training today. But maybe he just doesn't. Maybe they're just giving him full break.
But they do this, don't they, Arsenal? I mean, who knows with Arteta? I think. But I'd almost put my house on that Saka will be starting tomorrow.
So who would you play? What's your team?
What we're assuming Saka's in the team, yeah. Whatever best is. So I would just our best available, no messing around. I'll just do like Raya, Timber. But Timber won't be here actually, will he? I go Raya, Mosquera, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, who only got a few minutes the other day, which is good. Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard. I'd put Gyökeres up top. I'd want Havertz to come on. And I'd put Saka and... who do I put on the left? Trossard, yeah.
Fine.
How much did Trossard play yesterday? Did he come on?
No, he didn't play.
Okay, that's fine. That's good then. I think that shows you who's starting on the left. Martinelli's becoming quite tricky to watch at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know where that player is.
He's gone back to He's gone back to last season, Martinelli.
He's good in the Champions League, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know what it is.
No.
Him and Jesus, they just seem to be electric in the Champions League. Maybe we should start them.
Well, I think maybe playing away from home as well, as bad as it sounds, might be a bit of a blessing, because I think after the 2 games, to then go to the Emirates, and I just think the pressure would be... It sounds ridiculous, but I think the pressure is almost a bit more now.
Yeah.
Playing at home than going away to Lisbon, where teams will come at you. Lisbon will come at us.
Do you think?
100%.
Yeah. Well, I think the only team that was sensible enough not to was Bayer Leverkusen, and that was a difficult game.
I can't. I just think there's a difference between Lisbon, who are one of the best teams in Portugal and play a very attacking style of football.
Yeah.
And are not used to playing low blocks, as opposed to Leverkusen, who play 3 at the back and they're pretty used to playing defensive when they need to against Bayerns and Leipzigs or whatever.
Yeah.
But also playing more attacking against the worst teams in the league. So I just don't think it comes naturally for Sporting to play with a low block.
Yeah.
And I find sometimes when you have teams like that who don't train that much to do that, they can get exposed. I'm just hoping they just they just think, do you know what, fuck it, we're gonna give it a go.
Yeah.
We're pretty prolific up front. We don't score a lot of goals at the moment, so if they can nick one, if not two, makes things pretty interesting.
Well, we don't concede much regularly, and the last two games conceded 2 in both, and that's quite surprising for us. It's the first time we got 2-0 down from memory all season.
Yeah,
was City. So, and I think that's the way they'd approach it, and I think perhaps then maybe that's where you start looking at Martinelli, perhaps.
Yeah,
but Gyökeres, who can run in behind against his old club. I'd really like to see that. I'd like to see that a lot.
I think with Odegaard too, playing as a 10, we just have more control.
Yeah,
which kind of means that you can afford to have a bit of a wild card if Martinelli playing on the left.
Yeah.
As opposed to Trossard, who's more control. I think, actually, to be honest, it probably favours us playing Gyökeres and Martinelli with a bit of pace.
Yeah.
Because Saka's hasn't quite got back to his old sprinting self.
No, we need ball security against teams like this because, especially away in a big Champions League night, you want to be able to look after the ball when you've got it, whereas just like taking loads of risks and running in behind and losing it and then just having the wave after wave attack coming back at you. So I'm up for getting creativity and getting security on the ball. I think with Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard as midfield, that's electric. Likely, hopefully have Eze back for the next leg. But ultimately, this game's going to be won next week. So, and then what would you do for Bournemouth?
That's tricky.
Because is it 12:30? We're going, aren't we?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not. Oh,
I'm not.
I'm going.
I'd go Havertz up top. I'd go Havertz and Trossard up top.
Havertz and Trossard.
Sorry,
yeah,
Trossard on the left, Havertz the top, Saka if he's fit on the right, and then keep the same.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's, and then utilise Gyökeres. 60 minutes when they're tired. I think that's where he thrives.
Yeah,
he really does.
I actually think that's fair. Yeah, they bring him on. Yeah, I think that's really good
because I don't think you can play
control the game and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't think he. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he plays tomorrow. Gyökeres.
Yeah, against his old club.
Yeah.
I think
he might bang in like 4.
Yeah, mate. Well,
feeling at home.
I think that was only against the little teams, wasn't it? It's Portugal.
Yeah, exactly.
Flat track bully. Go on, son.
And the cities.
Going back, actually, I've just been thinking about this. Like going back to Dowman, for the last sort of period of the game, he was a midfielder.
Yeah, he was. Played as a 10.
In the absence of Eze, with Odegaard just coming back, I can kind of see that happening again, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably more likely to put Havertz there.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a fan of Havertz in midfield personally.
No, I think he's more efficient up top for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's very good up top. Yeah, I do like him. I don't know if I'd use him the word efficient, but yeah, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But no,
more effective.
Yes, no, he's great. He's he's a striker to me.
Yeah,
massively.
I agree.
That's exciting.
And then the thing is, it's funny because it raises questions as to where Madueke now fits within our depth chart. As it were, on the right hand side.
Yeah,
because right now you'd have to say it's still Saka, probably Dowman, and then Madueke.
It's a hard one, isn't it? Because I think one of the things that I've thought of noticed about Arteta is that he does tend to have loyalties towards people. And I don't know if this is just purely like, I don't know, a hierarchy of people who are just, quite frankly, getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we kind of need to use them. No, I need to use my investments, basically.
Yeah.
But surely when Dowman's banging on the door, he's pushing up in the rankings. But don't get me wrong, I think Madueke's also looks really good. Like if Dowman was doing what Madueke was doing, I still think we'd be talking about Dowman in the same way, just because of his age. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to know just how good he is.
I get you. But there are people saying that, John Terry would rather have Dowman in his England team than Madueke in the squad going out to the World Cup. Yeah.
Do you imagine if that happened?
Yeah.
I mean, if he starts banging in a few goals, which I imagine he will, because he had some really good chances, or was creating some really good chances.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's just, if Madueke can just put more focus and energy on shooting and finishing.
He's got massive feet. Have you
Do you
noticed
know what he'd be
this?
amazing at? He'd be amazing at rugby conversions. He'd be unbelievable at rugby conversions.
Maybe that's the sport he was bent.
Yeah,
he was
or
meant to play.
even like NFL field goals. Like he would just be electric. He's in the wrong squad. He's in the wrong team.
He accidentally spanked one in from 30 yards against Bruges. Otherwise, he managed to very accurately get it really far over the bar.
Yeah.
There was a few against, God, what was that? The Kazakh team that we played in the Champions League? Who were they?
I can't remember.
Kairat.
Yes.
That's who.
Bang
And,
on.
twice in the game, he cut in, beat two players, great, and he's on like 6 yard box the edge, rose head, like bang, so funny. That's totally fair. So, where do you think, in terms of like our injury crisis, you think we are, and like, where's Timber?
Don't know. I think he was not. Was he seen in training?
No, he wasn't.
I don't really know.
I think we miss him a lot.
I think 100%. We miss him. We miss Marino. I think he's just. It's just the past year, 18 months has probably caught up with him.
Yeah.
To be honest, which is a bit of a worry. Ben, I just want to see. I mean, I said it last week. I said it again. Just want to see Havertz, Saka, Odegaard, and Ben White.
Yeah. On
the field at the same time.
I think I actually I feel a bit bad for Ben White. I actually think that performance was bad.
It was awful.
But I kind of put that down to a bad performance than him getting worse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was not good. I mean, the first error was not great, but I think that it's a freak error. Like, we never talk about Ben White making mistakes like that.
No.
In years gone by. So I think you just got to put that down to maybe the wind. Maybe lack of concentration. I don't really know.
Happened with Gabriel, didn't it? It was that 1-on-1. Jesus, like early on as well.
Yeah.
Just like slipped the ball back. I don't know.
But I also think I was thinking about this. You know how he got booed for England?
Yeah.
And he got booed at the beginning of the game against Southampton.
Yeah.
In his as you're playing as a player, having not been booed at all for probably the most part of your career, to suddenly take on a role where you might potentially be booed at away grounds.
Can you imagine if that happened at work?
It's like
every time you went to a meeting, it's just like everyone going, boo. You're just trying to give a presentation. Everyone's going, boo.
It was like the kitchen. Just been booed as you're up and down the little corridor.
Yeah. Boo.
Yeah.
Or even if you're just like trying to cook at home.
Yeah.
You've got your wife going, boo. We should boo more people.
Yeah, I agree. Bring booing back.
Make
it normalise booing.
No, oh God, my head is fried. Well, look, I don't know. Let's do. It's quite early. I think we can talk through maybe. Let's go through a few questions. But I would like to, for the Southampton game, get your man of the match.
Sure.
And perhaps your dick of the day.
Man of the match was Max Dowman's parents for giving us Max Dowman.
Max's dad's balls.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you, Max's dad's balls.
Yes. Testicles.
That's a creative way of calling.
Who's yours?
I mean, Kepa. I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I thought Odegaard was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually think everyone else was atrocious. I thought Odegaard was. It was good to see him back.
Yeah.
Good control, moving the ball a bit. Seemed to have a good relationship with Dowman. Missed an absolute sitter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we see him score that or get in that position all the time. And
I found there were I can't remember which group it was on Twitter, but there was a comment on Twitter where they nicknamed that area of the pitch where we've seen Odegaard score so many of those goals before. They've nicknamed it the ozone.
I like it.
Yeah, so do I.
I like it. Because if that season he scored those goals, he didn't just pop up there. It's like, how is nobody marking him there?
But it's so unlike him.
He's such a good
striker,
kicker of the football.
Yeah,
which is great analysis, by the way.
Yeah, that's top tip.
Man, good kick football.
Yeah.
But man did bad kick football, unfortunately. That in this occasion, I thought it was going in, even though it came off his inside his foot. I don't know. Who knows? Do you have a dick of the day?
the bald bloke from AFTV who just is got some demons in his head and needs therapy ASAP.
So, I didn't see this.
Yeah.
I saw the link. I haven't been engaging at all.
Just a mental reaction. It's a weird one because he's sadly the face of Arsenal. He's become, him and Robbie have become just a face of Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
For every reaction, and we've just got some absolute nutcase who is it? It was
Lee Judges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's just he's got some strange things going off in his head.
This is what I mean. And did you see the report on Arsenal Fan TV this
No.
week on the Daily Mail?
Saying what?
Basically,
I saw that. Didn't read it.
They've massively overrated it, sort of the demise of Arsenal Fan TV and stuff like that. But and obviously it's the Daily Mail, and take it with a pinch of salt. But I did find it interesting. Like, apparently there's sort of a big fallout with partnerships and views aren't as strong. And I think they did some analysis, and like their top 10, 20 view videos or whatever they are all during our banter era, basically.
Yeah.
Which pretty much sums up what I think that channel's about, basically.
100%. No, again, no one's sharing content that way between like other rival clubs being like, oh hey mate, look at
what
this.
a nice valid point.
Look at this incredibly rational point about David Raya's great saves this season. No, you want to see Lee Judges like gnash his teeth and lose his shit.
Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's your dick today?
My dick of the day. That barman who poured me that dastardly third pint. Oh, man, I was doing so well. It was such a good weekend.
Even though I asked for it, he should have known better.
I know. He should have said no, quite frankly.
You're having too much fun.
I had one pint.
That smile on your face is too big.
I had one pint. It was lovely.
Yep.
I had a second one. I thought, wow, this is nice. And then I thought, I'll have one more. I'll have one more, and then that'll do. Unfortunately, I felt great after that third pint, and a 4 a.m. job later. I'm feeling fresh now, mate.
You look great.
Thank you, mate.
You look great.
But no, yeah. So barman whose name I do not know. You are unfortunately my dick of the day. Okay, we talked through it a bit.
Yep.
I think we're.
Should we focus on Bournemouth? Let's focus ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you, if you're Arteta, how would you keep the pressure down going into a game that is, as I say, one of the most important games for Arsenal? I feel like in recent memory, we'll be saying that for every single game moving forward beyond Bournemouth.
I know.
But I think that where we are at the moment, given we've just come off the back of 2 bad defeats, two cups have melted away. How would you deal with that? How would you get the players?
Tell you exactly what I do, mate.
Here we go.
2.5 pints. Take the lads out for 2.5 pints. No more.
Yeah.
Absolutely no more than that. That is crucial.
Yeah.
To
especially for Max.
Oh, Max.
Half a pint for Max.
Max can have Max can have a cider with his roast dinner as long as there's a parent there. Yeah. But no more than one for Max.
Yeah.
Yes. But I say that as a joke, but I kind of think they need to be taken out of.
What's some medication?
Xanax, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think go bowling. Actually, no, don't do that. Go watch some bowling.
Yeah.
I don't know, do some laser tag, paintball. I think they just need to be taken out, of the washing machine that is their lives at the moment. I mean, I'm feeling the pressure. I can imagine what they're feeling like at the moment. This Premier League title has been coming for 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, it will be pretty. I don't want to think about what the whole life would be like. And I just think the more that we can remove these guys from, just take the pressure off a little bit, as a team, I think it would be really good.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe they should do like a little sales kickoff. Get themselves to Vegas.
Get yourself to Vegas. Do a little sales kickoffs. All stay in the Virgin Hotel. Team bonding in the casino.
What's that? Sorry.
Team bonding in the
bonding
casino.
in the casino.
All around the craps table.
Yeah, I'll take
exactly what they need.
How would you manage this pressure?
I would imagine. Yeah, I think that's what we can do. I think they're doing pretty well in terms of. I mean, did you see some of the training sessions today when they all had their head on the ball, 4 of them?
Yeah, what was this?
Absolutely no idea.
When I heard or saw the link, I was like,
And something
Arsenal
with
have been
pens.
practicing their pens.
Yeah, something
I
with
was like,
pens. Yeah.
oh, right, it's not penalties.
No.
It's actually pens.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe they're doing that to because they knew it was going to be an open training session today. Maybe they did it to change take the narrative away from what was a pretty bad loss.
Yeah, just put some pens between your heads.
Yeah, exactly. And football. There's method behind it all. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
There has to be.
There must be. Well, do you know what I was thinking? I saw that. I thought, you hear those stories of, couples in their 50s and 60s and it's getting a bit stale in the bedroom, and maybe they venture out to something that's a little bit different and just try something a bit kooky.
Get the football out.
I think Arteta has been training every day for the last 5 or 6 years with these lads, and he's thinking, I think we need to try something just a little bit kooky, a little bit different. I think his sex life's gone stale
on the pitch, not in the bedroom.
That's
funny.
I joke, but I do think there's something in that. I do think as a professional footballer, as amazing as your life is, I imagine it's pretty monotonous, and having an opportunity to doing training every day, set piece training, it must be pretty monotonous, right? And doing little things like that, I imagine, is probably just keeps things alive in the bedroom,
We need another team talk from our photographer.
Stuart.
In the bedroom. And maybe some photos.
So just ignore this guy. Yeah. Just ignore Stu. Yeah. He's just motivating.
He's just getting me up for it.
I fucking love this club.
He's getting me up for it.
I've needed this, Rory. It's been a tough weekend of football.
Should we go back to football?
I forgot we were talking about football. Yes.
Odegaard, how much of an impact do you think it's going to have on the team with him coming back?
Well, I look at these players, Saka, Odegaard, coming back, and I'm like, these were our pillar, franchise leading players, right? They were everything to us. Saka's very much still is. Odegaard, I don't think we've really seen the best of him in about 2 years now, really, if we're being honest, apart from flashes. And I just want to grab him and be like, eat a cheeseburger. 15 games potentially left, actually less now, but let's say 10 games left, right? Do something for this club, right? You've done so much. And I just think if we can get him in the right state of mind, if he can just get a few cheeseburgers down him, he can just grit his teeth and just be the player we know he can be, then he can have a huge, imagine if we get the best Odegaard back.
He's looked a bit bigger.
Do you reckon he's eaten a few cheeseburgers?
I reckon he's taken our advice.
He bloody better have done.
Someone finally has.
I had a cheeseburger this Saturday. I've not had a cheeseburger in a long time.
Where from?
It was on a buffet.
Oh.
It was fine.
And?
But it was fine. Oh, actually, no, I had a double cheeseburger actually the other day as well.
Very nice.
They, the McDonald's double quarter pounder really is something.
Okay.
We digress.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to, because I had cheeseburger the other day, too. And it was from, whilst I get this up, it's really boring for everyone. It was from a company called, I can't find it.
Actually, I think I've had another cheeseburger recently. I think, God.
Do we have a problem?
Do you know what? In the period where I've had these 3 cheeseburgers that I think about, we've lost 2 games. Should we try not eating any cheeseburgers for the next week?
Wait till I tell you about Supernova.
Supernova?
Yeah.
Donde Esta?
This is the viral place in Soho. That just serves, what are they called? But the ones where they flatten the meat.
Smash burger?
Smash burger.
There you go.
They serve the smash burger, and they serve normal smash burger. They serve double smash burger, and it's sensational.
The Supernova restaurant, here we go. It does classic cheeseburger and a house cheeseburger, and that is it.
Yep. That's what...
Odegaard, get yourselves a Supernova.
I think actually the whole squad.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's make them feel happy.
Okay, so 2.5 pints and a cheeseburger.
Yes.
Not the day before a game.
Nope.
But the day after.
Wednesday's
fine.
Yeah.
Wednesday. Should we book the table for the lads?
Yes.
Okay.
So
the women, I think it sounds like they lost this weekend.
100%. Get them all in. Or we could just send them. We could actually take the admin out of their hands. We could send them these cheeseburgers to the sober training arena.
What do you reckon would happen if we did that?
What if we got in touch with Supernova and just said, look,
The Arsenal team have ordered.
we need. Imagine if the Supernova owner's an Arsenal fan. He'd be like, 100%. The lads need me.
Do you know what we did when we were younger?
And lasses.
Our friend. When we were younger, my friend was the only one like not going on this geography field trip. Once. And we decided, seeing as we were all together, we should prank him. So what we did is we called up. It was back in the day where it was before apps and all that. We called up every taxi rank, every Indian, every Chinese, every pizza place, and Italian. Like we were all on the phone, booking for a 7 p.m. delivery.
Right.
To his house. He opens. He gets a ring at the door at 7. Chinese. He's like, no, it's just weird. He shuts the door. Ding dong. Taxi. No, hang on. Anyway, she's a queue of delivery for taxis. Like, what have you done, boys?
Who paid for it?
No one, because it was back in the day where you just turn up at the door and you give cash. It was back in the. So these people. And anyway, what I'm saying is maybe.
Yeah.
We call every restaurant in Soho.
Yeah.
And we get it delivered to the boys. And the hilarity of the queue of deliveries will perk the boys up and take the pressure off.
Yeah, I like it. Pranking.
This
like
podcast's taken a turn.
It has taken a turn. But I think it needed to.
It did. And this is the pressure that we needed.
We've lost our minds.
blow off.
Yeah.
I think it's needed. How are you feeling going into next week? Let's finish on that. If 1 week's time today, we're going to be doing the same thing.
What's Bournemouth's record like recently?
I'm just going to inform your opinion. Look, 1 week's time today. What is your?
I'm feeling confident. I think the crowd will be so up for it.
Yeah.
And I think that there are times where we kind of cave to big games, and there are times where we just play electric football, like Madrid. Like, was such a massive game for us. The crowd was well up for it, and the players responded. I have a feeling that we will respond in a really, really positive way. And I'm hoping that the game tomorrow will be a bit of a launch pad for that.
Yeah.
With an easy 2-0 win. I just think we need to find some form up front. We just need to unlock a few more key chances. It seems like every single team we play against has the game of their lives. That's what it kind of feels like at the moment.
That's annoying. I think
from a defensive standpoint, I haven't seen a team in a long while capitulate against us, like, defensively.
But I think there's something in that, though. I think the focus of that is that they come in to defend, right? I think, and right, they should. That's how you defeat us, right? I think we clearly lack a bit of creativity, and if you want to beat Arsenal, you set up block and you play on the break. And teams that do that well against us, they win. But not very often. But you know what I mean. That gives the best chance to. So the reason why it looks like they're having the game of their lives is because they're focusing on defending. They're just like big oafs, lumping it out. You know what I mean? Getting the ball in. So it looks like they're having the game of their lives, but actually that's just the focus. So, and what was the form like?
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
The Cherries. So they're currently 13th. Form-wise, 14th. The last 5 games, 5 points, 3 goals scored, 3 goals conceded. In the last 10 games, they got up to 6th. 6th in the form ranking for the last 10 games, 16 points. 16 points from 10 games, 12 games scored, 8 goals conceded.
Yeah.
Wow. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last 7 Premier League games.
Yeah.
6 draws, 1 win.
So they've not lost in 6. What's their away record like?
So they're unbeaten in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're unbeaten in 11.
Great.
Yeah.
And
on that note,
I was feeling good until this, Rory.
should we go back to cheeseburgers?
Let's go back to cheeseburgers. That's interesting. I'm excited. I think the crowd's going to be up for it, and I think do you know, I'm kind of with you, mate, because I kind of think there's a few reasons why this is the biggest game in 20 years, and I actually think it's the butterfly effect. I think will go something like, if we win, 12 points clear, huge pressure on City to go and then win at Chelsea. If they drop points there, it's done. I personally think if we go and win on this Premier League, I think we go on to have an amazing transfer window, and I think we go on to like win more trophies next season. I think we become a bit of a colossal team, and with City maybe being relegated or anything, I think we could become like a really, really, really strong team. I think if we lose, City will be fired up for that Chelsea game.
Yeah.
I think they win.
I think they win
and
anyway.
I think I will. Yeah, I'm
they win
hypothesizing here. I'm riffing.
Sure.
And if we end up losing this Premier League, I can see Arteta leaving. I could see us basically doing a massive reset. You know, because I think that's a conversation for another day. But all sorts, mate. So I put so much onto this.
Because if we go 12 points clear with, and I know it's not quite the same. 6 games left, 12 points. You still got to get the points from the City standpoint.
Yeah.
They're not going to be given to you.
They're looking fire at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They're looking so good.
Smashed. Why?
Imagine if we'd sold. Well, imagine if we bought Semenyo in as a left wing option.
The City, even in their down seasons, they always have phenomenal run-ins. So, like last season, and then the season where Liverpool, won their first Premier League and they were 99 points. Like City, always last 10 games are brilliant. Having said that, they've literally just drawn to Forest and West Ham, but still.
Yeah, there'll be that.
That is their Premier League form.
That
is
seems
2
like
draws.
that seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, but it is their Premier League form, so
Yeah.
we shall see. And thank you very much to Liam Rossini for dropping Enzo Fernandez. And by the way, I'm really enjoying the turmoil in that club at the moment.
Yes, am I.
It's everything
So am I.
we've kind of been
It's
saying.
annoying though that he's done it right now.
The game before. Maybe he can do some LinkedIn networking.
You're in desperate need of points to
Yeah.
get to the Champions League, to get that 5th place, and you're dropping your best player, one of your best players.
And this is what I learned about B2B sales.
Yeah.
Right, I think on that note, and that bombshell, we've riffed away, and I think I've needed this. It's been cheery.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing. I'll give Supernova a call after this.
Mate, honestly, get on it. And any listener, if you're in the London area, get on Supernova. We do take sponsorship, Supernova, but
Yeah.
they
For the
are
medium of money or cheeseburgers.
Yeah, exactly. They are sensational.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we'll be dressed in like cheeseburger outfits next week.
What, this?
Yeah.
I always wear this. On a completely separate note, you should go down to...
I'll use. So that's a really inappropriate discount code. Up the arse 20.
Susan album party.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, on that note, Rory, thanks so much. Everybody,
mate.
thank you so much for listening. I know it's been a tough weekend, but lots and lots to come. I'm very excited about this week. So, Rory, see you next week.
See you next week, mate.
Everyone at home, see you next week. Thanks so much. Take care.